sorry about that. Just wondering what you saw from Draymond Jones, his play, obviously in the past, and also what did he help in the run?
He's playing really hard. He's got some elusive style to him that we're learning about. In the running game, he's been in the backfield making some penetrations and all. Um, he's doing his job. Had a real nice win on his sack. Um, we're learning how to run our games. Really, we're trying to get more efficient in how we're doing it, and I think he's playing hard.
Greg?
Pete, in the first quarter, it looked like Witherspoon was flying all over the place, like his hair was on fire. Was there any nervousness you projected, or did you see him settle into the game as it went on?
Gosh, I didn't see him being nervous at all. I thought he was in it from the start. Wasn't too big for him. He might have been internally, tight, some, but he didn't show it. His attitude kind of doesn't go that way. So he was having fun and got involved. Had a couple big wins and stuff, and so I think it's a terrific first game that we got through.
What presence did you feel with him over on that side? What was there a noticeable difference at all?
Just the confidence that we're growingly accustomed to here as we learn him and get to play with him. He thinks he's going to win his challenges. He's going to come out on the good side of it. He's got a really good attitude about that.
And I heard you say this morning you don't minus him for that PI. You thought that was pretty 50-50.
Yeah, with the receiver ran right up into him, and he settled right at the depth where the receiver was going to make his break, and so it just can happen some. And he did not torque the guy in any way. He really tried to get off him once the guy settled into him. So I don't know how he could have avoided that other than just throw his hands up.
And then the fourth down breakup. How tough a play is that to come over a receiver's shoulder
Oh,
without?
that was a great play. Yeah, that was a terrific play. It's a terrific play. And so often in one-on-ones, guys lose on the crossing routes, and especially the shallow crosses. You got to get a good jump on it, and then you got to make the play on the ball, which he did that cleanly and in really good shape. The fourth down one where they tie up their feet, he couldn't avoid that. He was right on the guy there too.
Michael Sean?
Hey Pete, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
How's Reek doing?
He's still sore. He's sore today, and we're just one day at a time. It's not, there's nothing that we need to do other than to treat him, and then we see if he can make it back. We'll take it one day at a time.
How about DK?
He had a pretty good day. He's still sore, but he had a pretty good day. He was upbeat today, and you know, he needs tomorrow and needs Wednesday. He's going to need a couple of days to get this thing kind of quieted down.
And one more, was the tight end usage yesterday a concerted effort based on how little they were used
Recording
in
in
week
progress.
It had nothing to do with week one. They did really well. The group played great. Everybody contributed in their own ways, and they're a big part of the game plan yesterday.
Thanks.
Curtis?
Yeah, Pete, you mentioned it a little bit with Draymond, that it's going to take you some time to kind of figure out how to mix all the guys up there. Was it kind of inevitable with as many changes as you made up front that it was going to take a feeling out process?
I think so. Yeah.
Make sense for it?
Yeah, and particularly that the guys didn't play much in preseason. It's just going to take some time. We'll get better. We rushed yesterday better than we did the week before, and so that's a good improvement for us. We'd like to get more. We'd like to cut more hits on the quarterback, and they did a nice job. He's really quick with the football, and so it's a challenge to get to him. Talking about golf, and so. He played like he's been playing. He's an efficient, sharp quarterback. He played a lot like Stafford did. Those two guys there's a lot of similarities, and they both very similar systems, and so the rhythms were very much the same. So we rushed a little bit better yesterday. And, we'll see how we do. Got to keep improving.
And it seemed like Chenna had a really big day for you guys. Just how pivotal is he with what you're trying to do up front and coming off the game that he had yesterday?
He's a key factor. The great play that he makes to start the second half was one, but he was around the quarterback on a third down win. He just pushes the pocket. He's very aggressive. Chen's a guy we really count on, and he's really the leader of that group, and we count on him to be that. And he's stronger, plays stronger than any of the other guys, and just has a real feel for it.
Tim?
Pete, when you look back on it, what did you think of Geno's performance yesterday? And did you ever get any clarity from the league about the intentional grounding call?
Yeah, what I heard, it was they were wrong. They made an error. I haven't heard that officially directly, but I do know that in there that's what's come back to me. It was obvious. It was clear. And then you asked about
Just how Geno.
Oh, Geno, yeah,
when I
Geno.
watched the film, how he played it.
Geno, I thought Geno played great. I thought Geno played exactly like he's been playing, like we counted on him coming out of last season, as he has been throughout camp. I don't think he got off to a great start in the first game, but he was everything that we want him to be. I thought he made really good decisions to dirt the ball. Wish he could have got rid of the one on the monumental scramble and we get trapped down there inside the 5. But other than that, I thought he played a great football game. And I mean, he had a really good game going, and then we go into OT, and he takes us right down the field. It was just a classic drive, beautiful execution. Timing was great. Total confidence, didn't waver. We're talking about it, going into OT. We're kind of laughing about it. And then here comes our chance on the sidelines. It was very, very much in the moment, and I hope we just take a next step, come back this next week, and get a good solid game again, and he'll start stacking them. He's shown us that, so it's not a surprise. I'm just glad to see he was so comfortable in the moment, as difficult as it could have been. I mean, you couldn't hear a thing out there, and he handled all of the checks and all of the changes, all of the various cadences that we had to use, and did a great job.
John Boyle?
Yeah, Pete, you just said as difficult as it could have been the situation. Just curious what you thought of the job Shane and the offensive staff did putting that together with knowing you're missing your guys' tackle.
Yeah, I was really fired up about that, John. That they minimized their strengths. We've thought that that their rush might be a problem for our guys on the edge. The multiplicity, the small changes, the tactics of our protections was designed beautifully for this game. It came across. You saw us move the football all around with the quarterback and the actions and stuff. I just thought they took advantage of the stuff that made it a game that we could really be highly productive, and our guys were really confident throughout. They were confident that they were going to go down the field again, and whatever they had to do, whatever it was called on them. And I think that's a process of what comes through the week, and the guys understand the game plan and what's asked of them. And so I think the communications showed really, in our favor. That Shane and the fellas did a really good job setting it up.
And one other thing, is Tyler going to get called out in meetings for reaching for the pylon? When he said you guys normally say don't do that. Yeah,
only when you win a game. It's okay. Game winners. He has enough presence to know when to do it and when not to do it. He's been in this game as long as anybody, and he's been. I mean, what a great game he had again. And just does all the little things so well, and he's a master.
Curtis?
Yeah, Pete, because he's been so consistent for you guys over the last few years, I'm just kind of curious your thoughts on Jason Myers having 3 misses in 2 games and what you've seen out of him in that stretch and all of that. Yeah,
he's been hitting the ball well in practice and all that, and I just believe in him and trust in him and figure he's going to get on track. It was unfortunate, the other day here that really that it upset kind of the rhythm of how we were making progress in the game. But like all of the rest of the issues that were presented to us, we just kept going, and so and we'll do the same with him. He's a terrific kicker, and we're counting on him. He'll come through.
Masvidal?
Hey, Pete, I know you said that Jamal Adams is full go. I mean, is there any restrictions on him, or he's just 100% ready to go?
Well, the plan is for him to have a full week of regular practice and take all the reps that we can get him, and that means no restrictions. So that when I don't foresee any problems with that. He looked great last week and was up for everything that we put in front of him, and he should be able to do that. Whether or not he plays, that's a different story. And we're not talking about that yet. We just want to get him through a week of practice and see how he does. But really, with all of the fellas as they're coming back, it's always one day at a time. You take the day and see how they did, and then you come back the next day and see if you can keep making progress. We're always we're on alert for setbacks, for guys to feel a little bit sore, or, a little encumbered, from one day's work and all that. So, anyway, so we'll have to wait and see. I'm his best cheerleader. I can't wait to see him get back out there and play. So we'll see what happens.
How anxious is he to get back, just through this whole process of where he's at now?
Well, if you guys talk to him, if you guys have interviewed him over the years, and he's a real fireball, man. He wants to be part of everything and wants to be right in the middle of everything, and he's projecting that same attitude. He's not holding anything back right now. So, but we're trying to do things right, and so we're going to be patient. We've waited this long. We're going to be patient until it's the right time, and we will consult with him a lot on that. It's how he feels about it, how he conveys that, but I'm really pleased to see that he gets a chance to work full go and put a couple weeks back to back together, and see what that leaves us.
Anything else?
See you later, Mike.